What's going on, gamers? Wanted to bring you a hot topic that's going around in the first Descendant community right now, and that is bunny buns. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of people are thinking that the bunny needs to be nerfed. How do you feel about it? So I kind of want to talk about how I feel about bunny in the game, how the community feels, and give some pros and cons of what bunny does in the game, really, and why people would think that she needs to be nerfed. When I brought this up in chat today and I told people I was going to be making a video on how they felt about bunny and is she too strong, and a lot of people said, yeah, you know, bunny's kind of annoying, but bunny's kind of good. And we went back and forth, and I kind of want to go over some topics that we talked about. First off, why is bunny the only character in the game that can just keep sprinting if you build her right and just be outrunning all the other classes? I feel like there's two classes that come close to catching bunny, and that's Valby and Viessa. If you build them right, you can kind of keep up. But also midair maneuvering, like what if instead of one grapple you had two? Being able to just grapple the air and like lunge yourself forward, that could probably help you out a little bit if it had a fast cooldown, because I know like running a dungeon on bunny, I'm just full send, electrocuting everything, burning through. Obviously, if I'm not playing solo and I just want to play with people, you're always ahead of the game. And I've been doing this in dungeons, especially now that they changed the XP. I'm running with the community because I just want to, you know, run these dungeons and get the XP. And I notice sometimes when I'm picking up loot, you'll get pulled to the boss room, trying to pick up the guns on the ground. You're trying to, you know, grab that so you can scrap the parts. And sometimes you get pulled to the boss room because people just push ahead. And then when you're not on a bunny, you're just sprinting the whole time trying to catch everybody else. And it is pretty boring. I mean, there's been times where I've been on my end zone, I'm just running through this dungeon and it just seems like they're 2 rooms ahead of me and I'm just trying to keep up, but I'm also just running. But there's also sometimes where you're doing a boss fight and if people see a bunny, they just leave. Now I know people are like, but Clyde, Obstructor, bunny's really good because bunny can just run around in circles around the boss and keep the white mechanic from happening. I mean, yes, but a lot of hub groups are just smoking Obstructor now to where you don't have to do the white mechanic. But again, if you're unlucky, bunny is definitely good for that fight. I personally don't use my bunny in boss fights as much. I know when the game first came out, it was like, hey, build your bunny, you know, do 2 million crits and rip the thunder cage on bosses, because there's only 2 bosses that are really electric resistant, and that's Hangman and Executioner. So it makes sense. There's also some times where I'd be like leveling and I'd be doing like I'd be leveling another character and I would launch into a defense mission and I'm like, oh my god, there's 2 bunnies with me, thank god, like they're gonna kill everything, I'm gonna get the XP. So it's like it's really a double-edged sword. It's like, how are you going to, you know, make up your mind? Now on me personally, I think that they should make other characters be able to run a little faster so that they can keep up. Like obviously bunny wouldn't get this buff because I don't think you nerf her, because every single game like First Descendant, there's always farming characters. I know that in Destiny, you know, warlocks could skate and so could hunters, and titans you're just like spamming your jump as fast as you possibly can and try and keep up, or you can like sword fly, but like there was always a, you know, a gap there that you couldn't keep up. Now the community's also told me that there's farming characters in Warframe, but they kind of nerfed those characters down so it wasn't just one-sided. But I feel like with this game being out for 2 months, kind of hard to just start calling nerfs or changing characters, because other games are veteran, you know, they're like Destiny's been around for 10 years, so has Warframe, and you know, other games, like yes, there was some meta characters, like give you example, like Anthem and Outriders really didn't have like the farming side of it like these games do. So yes, I mean, I can tell you right now, like I think the devs designed it a certain way, because within the first 20 minutes you unlock bunny. So the devs are giving you that speed farm character for free within the first 20 minutes. And then it's like, hey, you can use this character for farming and then play however you want, because the game is designed to play multiple classes. It benefits you. I can tell you right now, I probably wouldn't have half the stuff in the game if it wasn't for bunny. Just being able to speed farm reactors, gold, being able to kill a lot of enemies quickly and break down those mods and get Kuiper, being able to speed run dungeons and get amorphous materials, and then switching to my boss character and turning them all in. I just did this. I just crafted another 5 enduring legacies because I wanted to build a second one. And if it wasn't for bunny, I'd be screwed. But I did go look on the First Descendant Reddit, and I've seen a lot of people just saying like, man, I just hate playing with bunnies. I'm trying to play the game and they're just speed farming, and it's kind of like lopsided, you know. But I've heard these stories from the community, and I really don't know if there's a way to really like tone it down, because the devs really said that they don't want to nerf anything. Bunny was definitely a selling point when the game launched. I mean, that's what they were using in the trailer, and everyone was like, oh my god, this is the character, she's so fast, you could just speed farm this character's dope. And you know, that hype might have died down now for sure, but it feels like people are starting to be like, hey, so I do need bunny for speed farming. I'm gonna build my bunny up a little bit, but can I play other classes? And of course, me, I think that I always go to bunny when I need something. And yes, that does get a little dry. So I feel like there should be a way to make another character as fast. Maybe they have another character that's going to be launching, or being able to buff the movement speed. I don't think that we should have to put a Descendant module on, like an actual card to go faster, because that would just be like, oh man, we got to run another card just to keep up. So it's like maybe just bumping the speed boost for characters so that they can run a little faster. That would help. I mean, there is brisk walk. You can put brisk walk. I do that sometimes on my thunder cage, since when you have your thunder cage out, you're going to sprint a little faster. And then if you activate the ultimate mod brisk walk, you do get the movement speed boost. But again, it's like, do I want to run thunder cage on every single class? You know, I don't really see a fix for this, but I hear people really serious about this. Like they're real serious about this bunny problem. And I kind of just wanted to see what everyone thought about this and how their experiences are. I did just watch all the comments from my previous video on the First Descendant Has a Problem video. Thank you for all the support and the feedback on that. I definitely want to keep doing styles of videos like this to give people stuff to talk about. Also, the comment section, I can bring more ideas to videos and kind of just give feedback, because hey, you know, every voice matters, and maybe stuff can get done for the future of the game, or players might be happy that their favorite classes get a little speed boost and they can feel like they're involved more, instead of just being like, well, I don't want to get carried through this dungeon, I'm just gonna solo queue, or I'm just gonna no bunny matchmaking. It's a tough sell. Can't wait to see the feedback of what everybody says about this. And yeah, I got more topics I want to talk about. I'm definitely gathering more information. I'll be back from TwitchCon on Tuesday, so make sure you guys enter that PC giveaway like I told you in the previous video. All you gotta do is click on the homepage and click on those links, make sure you're entering, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Does a larger mag size make a weapon usable in the meta, or is it just base stats that make a weapon usable? I think it's really hard to like compare magazine size for weapons, because you have something like Enduring Legacy or Tamer that has, you know, I think my Enduring Legacy has 171 bullets. It's realistic to just make it easier in the game that you don't have to reload, and you can get buffed by like Enzo and other characters to where you can, you know, Haley, where you can buff your weapon damage. So instead of reloading, you're just consistently shooting. But then also you got guns like Gsxrclyde, where you can use this on Sharon and go invis and come out and hit a 5 million headshot. You know, I feel like it comes down to whatever you're using. But currently right now in boss fights, the two most used weapons in boss fights are Enduring Legacy and Greg. So it comes down to just what you can spam the most without reloading and get the most damage.